So here we go again, and I have to get into the record that I'm going to be telling a lot of great stories about how great I am. But I want you to know, seriously, I want you to know that for every good victory I've had at least two terrible defeats, at least two. I mean, one of the problems that I had was I was very inconsistent. And this is what kept me from being a top tennis player. I mean, a really top player. I mean, when I was playing well, I was a top player. But I've had so many dismal, unbelievable defeats. At least two bad defeats for every good win. And you got to remember that, seriously. Otherwise, I'm going to appear a lot better than I am. The second thing that you should know is I have won a ton of trophies. I mean, I had a packing box, one of those giant packing boxes full of trophies that I threw them all out, virtually all of them out. And then I had another smaller one, and I eventually threw that out too. So the trophies that I have left over are only the ones that are both good looking and important, because I got rid of everything else. But in the process of going through and getting rid of all my trophies, and I believe you me, I had the hugest heap of trophies you ever saw in your life. You'd have thought I was King Kong of tennis. And I was shocked to see that at least 3/4 of the trophies were runners-up. Runners-up. I had lost the final. And they were runner-up trophies. So you got to keep that in mind, too, about my tennis career. So, but I'm going to tell you about a couple of remarkable tennis matches that I played, and I guess two or three of them they were in doubles, and I have to tell you this one because it's a fluke of flukes. Ray Tuttle, the guy that I beat in the 60s, was a mentor of mine. He helped me a lot at Kenwood, and we became good friends. And he was, I say, 2 years older, and he was a marvelous player, particularly in doubles. And he asked me one day to substitute for him, and not for him, for his group. I thought he was asking me to join him in the match. And because he said it was in Virginia at a club I'd never been to before. And I said, sure, because I thought he and I were going to go down there to this club in Virginia, which I'd never been to before, and we were going to play somebody. So I said, sure. And he told me how to get there, and I got there. And I found out that I was substituting for Ray, and I'm down there for Ray. And I'm down, and who am I playing with? Three women. One of them was Diane Parker from Kenwood, and the other two were superstars. The other two, they're all way younger than me. They're all like 15 years younger than me in that age category. And one of them was the Amata champion. She was a wife. She's an Australian and a wife of an Australian. I'd seen her play many times. She was the #1, and she was a big hitter and an Australian to the core. She played a lot of serve and volley, came to the net. The other one was the wife of the congressional pro, and she was a pill if I ever saw one. She knew me that I was Kenwood. She didn't know anything about me, but when she saw me, she knew instantly I was Kenwood. And and I thought she was a disagreeable pill, and she was the third-ranked Mata, like 15 years younger than me. And Diana Parker was from Kenwood, and Diana was a good player, and Kenwood had super women, and Diana was probably the 4th or 5th best woman player at Kenwood. But Diana didn't know me other than as just some guy who played singles. And Diana looked at me aghast, and this congressional wife said, "Oh, you two are from Kenwood. We'll play you two." And now I'm saddled with Diana Parker, and she's saddled with me, playing these two superstars, or one superstar and one star. And the match begins, and I said, "Diana, what side do you want?" She says, "I prefer the backhand." I said, "Fine." I played either side, and so I'm playing the forehand. I'm thinking, this is going to be the worst time I've ever had in my life. I'm down here, I don't know anybody here, and at a club I've never seen before, playing on a surface I've never seen before. How did I get myself in this mess? And the match starts. And Diana Parker, every shot she hit was either a winner or a forcing shot. I'm not kidding you. Every shot Diana Parker hit was either a winner or a forcing shot. And all I had to do was my part, get my first serve in, return serve, and not screw up putaways. All I had to do was that, and we won 6-0. They were so shook up. I've never played with a partner that had a set like that ever before or since. And it was so remarkable. I just had to get it in here. And yeah, we played them another set. We weren't as good, but they were so blown away. We won that 6-2. Then we had a half hour to get rid of, and they tried to make up games so that they didn't be